Brooklyn, and this is my informative speech. Today I'm doing my informative speech on if people should be allowed to use their cell phones while driving, and if it is a safe way besides texting while driving. So some questions I have here right off the bat are, when you think about car accidents around the world, most of you would probably think about drunk drivers, texting, or any drug-related accidents. But did any of you think about talking on the phone while driving? Think of it this way. How many of you use your cell phones while driving? Everybody. And how many of you, and so all of you guys, none of you guys just take it with you and not use it?
No.
Okay, well, I realize now that you are all thinking, oh, well, I don't use my cell phone while driving. But yes, I am also guilty of doing this. But I realize it is very harmful to me and everybody around me that is on the road. So my thesis statement here is driving with the use of a cell phone is very harmful to yourself and other drivers. This is why I would like to see a law in order to make it illegal. Now we will discuss the bans in place, how we will try to end this epidemic, and the change that it will make around the world. Here's some facts right here. 25% of accidents are caused by distracted driving. And a survey done by the insurance company nationwide in 2007, over 73% of drivers use their cell phones while driving. So that was in 2007 when cell phones weren't as common as they are now in 2013. So that's probably went up a lot. So we're probably at 85-90% of drivers. Okay, now I have a graph to show you guys, and it's in the article from Journal of an American Medical Association. From 2005 to 2009 is when this graph was taken, and to show that while overall crash-related fatalities dropped, deaths associated with driver's distraction increased by 22%. In this graph here, it shows that the number of states banning cell phone use is increasing. We have Alabama, who has nothing, it doesn't have a ban in health, either does Alaska or Arizona. In Arkansas, though, 18 to 20 years old, they can't talk on their phone. Also, we have California does have a ban, so you cannot drive and talk on your phone. So does Connecticut and Delaware and D.C., Washington, D.C. Florida doesn't yet, but they do for bus drivers, because some states have it so bus drivers can't use their cell phones while other drivers can, but really bus drivers shouldn't be on their cell phones anyways while they're driving kids around. But we have Guam that has it banned to talk on your cell phone. Hawaii does too. Idaho and Illinois do not, but Illinois bans bus drivers. And Indiana, Iowa, and Kansas and Kentucky don't have any laws in place. Louisiana does if you just have your learner's permit or anything. If you just got your learner's permit, if you don't have your license yet, you can't talk on your cell phone. Maine doesn't. Maryland does. We'll skip a few here. New Mexico, only in-state vehicles. In-state vehicles can't. But if you're an out-of-state vehicle, you can. New York, you can't talk on your cell phone. Oklahoma is the same as the last state that I said. With your learner or your intermediate license, you can't talk on your cell phone. South Dakota, which is a little bit closer to us than these other states, Has nothing right now, except if you are an intermediate driver, then you can. Tennessee and Texas and Utah and Vermont don't have anything. The Virgin Islands do, and so do Washington and West Virginia. Washington and DC have two separate laws, even though they both have the laws in state that you both can't, but there's a difference between the bus driving laws. Washington you can, and in DC you can't. Arkansas also bans the use of handheld cell phones while driving in a school zone or in a highway construction zone. This law is secondarily enforced by the police. Also, we have Illinois that bans the use of handheld cell phones while driving in a school zone or in a highway construction zone. And dealt with as a distracted driving issue, New Hampshire enacted a comprehensive distracted driving law. And Texas also has banned the use of handheld phones and texting in school zones. So that's the graph there. According to several articles covering a speech made by LaHood at Distracted Driving Summit in Texas, there has been over 3,000 fatal accidents happen due to mobile devices in 2011. Now, many of us think it's okay to talk on our cell phone as long as we are not looking at it. This problem needs to be fixed. Even if you are talking on the phone, you are focusing more on the conversation than on the road and the conditions in front of you. We all have almost been hit on the highway and look over and bam, the person next to us is texting or talking on the phone. And we get upset with them over that, so why not fix ourselves from doing it also? According to the GHSA, no state bans all cell phone use for drivers, but 37 states and DC ban all cell phone use by novice drivers, and 19 states and DC prohibit it for school bus drivers. So the graph that I just showed you, that's how many states. Shouldn't we have an all-over ban for all drivers under the age of 18? I believe that under the age of 18 should have more restrictions, and also for bus drivers, also because they are carrying children, like I said before. We all know that talking on the phone is not the only problem we have to think about. Anything that takes your attention off the road, so any driving distractions, such as texting while driving and reaching for something while you're driving, which most of the time is your cell phone. It's ringing, it falls off your seat or something, and you're reaching down, trying to get it. So we don't want that. Now let's talk about a solution for these. Now this is a little bit questionable to most people, but do you think that using a Bluetooth or a car hookup to talk on the phone solves this problem?
No.
When you are driving, the listening part of the conversation is distracting you, but also you have to remember that your hand is off the wheel also. By using these hands-free calling apps, you will see more improvement with the accident than through a person that is holding their cell phone. It may still not be the safest, but it is safer than holding your phone up to your ear. You can have a little headset on and talk on it like that. Now it's a lot safer than holding it. You're still being distracted by the person talking, but you have two hands on the wheel instead of one. %38 of vehicles have Bluetooth installed on them, and the other have to just have it installed for just a little bit of a cost. The thing is, would you rather pay a little extra to use your cell phone hands-free, or would you rather get in a cell phone related accident? Most of us would say we would rather pay a little bit more than get in an accident. But the choice is in your hands. There is also another way that we can fix this problem of distracted driving by using a headset like I said earlier, or easily just not use our phones at all while driving. Set the phone down in the seat beside you or in the center console if it's really that distracting to you. When we think of banning cell phones, we think of only texting while driving, but most states already have this banned, and we have seen such a change in things for the better. Fewer accidents have been occurring, and more people are paying more attention to the road. Now, by banning talking on your cell phone, this will decrease accidents by another %, we hope. I would like for our kids and grandchildren to live in as safe as an environment as they possibly can. Don't you want them to live in the safest life possible? So if you cannot do it for yourself, just try and think of it to better other people, as in your children or your grandchildren. I've told you how driving with the use of a cell phone is very harmful to yourself and other drivers. This is why I would like to see a law in order to make it illegal. We also discussed the bans in place, how we will try to end this epidemic, and the change that it will make. When you think about car accidents around the world, most of you would probably think about drunk drivers, texting, or drug-related. But now many of you may think about talking on the phone while driving also as a risk. And these are my references here that I used, that I got all my information from. We have a book on the Journal of American College and Health, and a book of the Journal of Experimental Psychology Applied, and that is about the cell phone-induced failures of visual attention during simulated driving. And also my internet resource, which was from Science Daily. So, I hope you guys make the wise decision and put your cell phone down. Thank you.